Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping by as always. Wanted to do this video. I read a article and I've seen several other people on YouTube and elsewhere that have mentioned the possibility that the United States could run severely short on oil and, of course, diesel and gasoline. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What if that were to happen? So this article I saw was it was put up and shared by Jack Lawson on Substack, and I'll put a link down below to the article where he posted that and to his Substack. If you're not familiar with Jack Lawson, he is an author. You can get on Substack and go check him out. He's written multiple books, very, very good, fantastic information on post-collapse what if and preparing for that. One of them was called Failure of Civility, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I know you will. And the other one was two manuals related to civil defense. And again, I'll share the links down below. So risking myself out here in the mosquitoes, but I wanted to comment on this because I think it's important. So nobody is happy with what's going on in the United States and the world when it comes to global fuel and energy costs. And we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to improve anytime soon or if it's going to be strung out for years to come. Who knows? But this article that Jack Lawson shared and I read, probably shouldn't have read it when I did. I woke up the other morning at like 4:30, and that's what popped up in my feed, and I read it. I'm just going to try to summarize it here. I took a few notes, but basically it talked about how the world's heavily dependent upon oil and diesel, no surprise. And 20 to 30%, I think the article might have said 20%, but 20 to 30% of the world's oil goes through the strait, and it's closed. Basically, it's closed. So that oil is not, it's not moving. And, of course, everything needs gas or diesel, right? I mean, everything that gets transported. So if there was some kind of shortage or prices continue to increase, which caused companies to not want to transport via the road, then there could be shortages of supplies of all kinds. Anything that gets transported over the road, there could be shortages of. This article goes on to talk about how, and some of these are, these are my words, not necessarily what exactly was said in the article, but that it's been professed that the United States is energy independent. Why? Well, it's energy independent because we export more petroleum than we import. So therefore, we must be energy independent. Well, I think that's a play on words, and it's spinning the truth and it's spinning data. Because the reality is that much of, according to the research I've done, much of the oil that we produce here domestically in the United States is not refined here, and it cannot be refined here because we lack the correct equipment or refining equipment. Again, I'm no expert in this stuff. It's what I read. So therefore, we produce a tremendous amount of petroleum that gets exported to other countries. Then we import a lot of oil that's used and we refine for gasoline and diesel. So that there creates a problem that we normally are getting oil from overseas. It is not shipping. It's not going through the strait. And what oil is available overseas, Europe needs that. China needs that. Russia might need that. Other countries need it. And it's much shorter distance there than to here. So the we've basically been riding a wave of petroleum that we already had and was already on the way when the strait was closed. And my recollection from reading the article is that there's like one more oil tanker that is due to arrive, and then that's it. There's no more coming. So we don't produce the oil that we need to make diesel and gas here in sufficient quantities to supply us. And because the strait is closed and other situations that are happening in other parts of the world, dead mosquito, we're not going to get enough in order to sustain the consumption that we've had, which means shortages. And they're actually talking about the United States running out of fuel, running out of diesel and running out of fuel by July 3rd. Now, I will tell you, I find that difficult to believe. I find that difficult to believe that something wouldn't be done and that there would not be some changes that would be made, and the energy companies, the petroleum companies, would not come up with other ways to either utilize the petroleum that we do produce, get more here, or change how it's being shipped. Supplies and stuff are being shipped. So I struggle to believe that, but think about that. Let's say that it's not true, and that July 3rd come and goes, we don't run out of diesel, we don't run out of fuel. But if the premise, according to the research that I've done, multiple sources, but the premise is actually true of what the article's talking about, that we net export more than we import, but we still run into that problem where we have a shortage of supply. We don't run out, but the shortage increases. What's going to happen? It's basic economics that if the demand remains the same or goes up and your supply drops, the price goes up. So what this is telling me, that we absolutely could have shortages. I think that's realistic, that we could have shortages. We've seen it before. I was in the Southeast when Katrina happened, and there were shortages. There were gas stations running out of fuel. We could see that. To what level, I don't know. But we definitely could see higher prices. We're already getting killed at the pump. And to what level could those gas prices go to? I don't know. Comment below if you have any idea. Could it be $6 a gallon for the cheapest gas? I don't even want to think about diesel. $8? Could we see $10 a gallon for gas? I think it's possible. And if that were to occur, obviously people are going to curb their behavior. They're going to do what they're doing now. They're going to take less trips. They're going to carpool. They're going to do all kinds of things. But we're going to see the impact of that over the entire economy like we're seeing it now. And we're just beginning to see it. I think we're going to see it a lot for months to come. But if we got up, to $6, $7, $8 a gallon for gas or more, it is going to be devastating to this economy. And with that in mind, I want to say the clock starts now to start preparing. This Modern Exodus is a homesteading channel. That's what it's supposed to be. And I'm just now starting to film some of the videos about gardening and planting and the chickens and building grape arbors and stuff like that. I'm just starting to film some of that stuff. And not everybody can go and buy a piece of property and start a homestead. I mean, we've been here 3 years, and it's a lot of work. We work full time, and we're also trying to build this homestead. But what you can do is start preparing. And I implore you, you could be a naysayer, but you've already seen the writing on the wall. It's happening in real time right now. I implore you to start preparing. Put back more food. Have a means to get water and make sure it's safe. That could be filtering. It could be, maybe you're on a well. You need to have backup ways of getting the water out of the well, etc. If you're on prescriptions, try to there's ways, do the research, try to get extra of your prescriptions. Jace Medical, I'll try to remember to put a link down below. They do some of the regular medications and prescriptions that people take. If you wear glasses like me, get an extra set of glasses. Any Optical is fantastic, very inexpensive. I don't get anything from them. I've been recommending them for years and use them as well. Put back some extra fuel if you can, just to get through times where there may be a shortage, or maybe a shortage of funds, not just the fuel. Save some cash. Try to put back some money. I know it's hard. Try to put back some cash, because the reality is cash is still king. Okay? You can go have a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle. That's not going to put gas in your car. So these basic preps is what you need to look at. If you're just getting into preparedness, think about going on a camping trip where you're not going to leave the camping spot for 2 weeks. Start right there. Think about all the things that you would need. Start writing that stuff down. And then start looking to get some of that stuff. So I'll do some more videos that's directly preparedness and stocking up on a budget and stuff like that. But I just wanted to put this video out. I saw a video from David, Southern Prepper 1 today. He was talking about this same story, or similar to this story, because there's multiple people talking about it, and there's multiple people predicting. AutoZone just came out with a memo you may have heard about, where they were telling all their stores to get ready because there's going to be severe shortages on oil. People are going to go in there and need to buy 10 W40. And they may be limited to where you can get 1, quart a day or something like that. They may allocate it to customers. I saw someplace else that there are numerous dealerships, like Ford dealerships and Toyota dealerships, that the service departments got notification about severe shortages on transmission fluid, motor oil, stuff like that. So the writing's on the wall, and I just wanted to talk about this and try to, spread the word a bit. I'm not talking about panicking. It's not doom and gloom. This is life. Now, maybe it's all going to be okay. Maybe the strait's going to be open next week. I pray. I hope so. I suspect that's not going to happen, and I want to be prepared just in case. So that's it for now. I appreciate you guys stopping by and spending your valuable time watching this video. You guys stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies, hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope was.